Welcome to the Nathan Nephew Show. I'm your host, Nathan Nephew. Here for another week, another half hour of rambling. It's what I do pretty much every week, but hopefully you enjoy it. I know there's a bunch of you out there that listen. I really appreciate that. I mean it. I don't say it enough. I should say it more, but just know if I don't say it that I mean it. I do appreciate you listening. It's a lot of fun for me. Hopefully you enjoy the show. Hopefully you get something out of it. Let me know either way. For those of you listening on Red State Talk Radio or if you're on NathanNephew.com, you should know Red State Talk Radio. We have a new affiliate now, KTFL, out of Gilbert, Arizona. So you can catch us there too. Check out their website for the program schedule, as well as Red State Talk Radio program schedule just got shifted a little bit recently. So check that out, redstatetalkradio.com. If you're there now, then obviously you can listen to the show at this time. Otherwise, check out the schedule. It does change once in a while, but we try to keep it fairly consistent there, I believe. They do a decent job at that, so we appreciate it. All right, there is a ton to talk about. We got Malaysian airline plane still missing. Can't seem to find it. Don't know what happened. Lots of conspiracy theorists. It's probably somewhere in China being reverse engineered right now. I don't know. I don't actually believe that. I don't really believe anything. I don't know. The only thing I guess I do believe that it is missing and nobody knows where it is, but that might not even be true. Who knows? You would think the NSA would be able to find it. Got a little, not anything new because I knew this before, but a little bit about the NRA and what they really stand for and what kind of group they really are. To a point, I guess. I want to talk about that. You've probably heard, especially if you listen to Ad Odds, Brian and I are planning to go to the NRA convention next month. So I have something to talk about that. And then immigration, we cannot get away from immigration for some reason. Well, I know exactly why, but now the Republicans are thinking, well, we really need to go this immigration route because it's the only way we can get more votes because of course, if we let illegals in the country, we make them legal citizens and let them vote. Of course they'll vote for Republicans. I mean, look, it worked. It worked in the 80s, right? Right? It worked because Reagan did it and then Bush got actually a lower, so Reagan, there was amnesty and then Bush, the first, got less of the Hispanic vote. So that seems to be the opposite of what they think, but they still think. And I guess let's get right into that. Carlos Gutierrez, he's a former Bush Commerce Secretary. So we've had enough. We've had enough of Bush. I've had enough. Enough Bush, enough Kennedy, enough Clinton, enough Obama. Oh man, I hope the rest of Obama's family doesn't think that they should run for office because I imagine they're all exactly like him. I mean, we know Michelle is. We know she is all about controlling your life. Oh, let's move. And by let's move, I mean, let's change the requirements for school lunch, to make them more expensive and less appetizing because they don't have to taste good as long as they're exactly what I think. And then maybe with that, we'll get schools throwing out children's lunches because they're not healthy enough. And so they can have a cheese sandwich instead of having what their parents who are the most qualified and have the most right to decide what the children eat. We'll throw that out because the government knows best. This cheese sandwich that we are giving you and charging you for is better than anything your parents would have taught you because we know better than your parents. So what are we telling the children? We're telling them your parents don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. You need to rely on the government. And that's really what it's about. It's about relying on the government for everything in your life. Everything. I mean, healthcare, such a huge thing, but it's not working. It just started. I mean, it was supposed to start. It keeps getting pushed back because it's not ready. It's not working. The president has to resort to going on comedy shows, with Zach Galifianakis, Between Two Ferns, which I think is quite funny. It's a hilarious concept and the guy's funny. I don't care about his politics or whatever. But then Obama has to, while stuff's going down in Ukraine with Russia and there's actually presidential matters that need to be handled, again, instead of vacation, not only does he go on vacation and go golfing and things like that, he goes on this comedy show. Now, I'm sure it was planned for months, whatever. But he goes on there to plug Obamacare, to try to get the audience of that comedy show, which he feels are the people that he needs to sign up for Obamacare, younger people that really aren't involved in politics and don't understand that Obamacare is a huge, huge disaster and huge burden on society. They'll sign up because, oh, the president's cool. He's on there with the guy from The Hangover. Yeah, that's awesome. So, let's go sign up healthcare.gov, which is working well now. I don't know if you knew that, but Obama said so. He said it's working great. So just jump on there, sign up, whatever you need to do. That'd be awesome. But Carlos Gutierrez, he's saying, well, you know, we need something like 100,000 immigrants every year, or whatever the number was. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But he's saying we need immigrants in this country to fill out the labor force. That we don't have enough workers in this country. That all of those unemployed people, apparently, don't need jobs before we pull illegal aliens in, let them do the work on farms, he mentioned, and other things that Americans just won't do. So this is why we need amnesty, and this is why Republicans, you better listen up, because we need this. This will help the labor force. And especially with these, minimum wage raising and the president ruling by fiat and just saying, yeah, overtime pay, everyone should get it. When we let these illegals in, that'll just help everything. The unemployment rate will go down because when you put more people in and there's still not people work, wait, that doesn't make any sense. What the hell is he talking about? We have enough unemployed people in this country, and I think still enough people with the American sense that they need to work for a living. They need to work to provide for their family, and enough pride that they're willing to do that they would do these jobs if the government would get the hell out of the way, stop trying to ship people in from another country to do this work, and let Americans handle it. It's frustrating because it's the same thing over and over and over. We heard all of these arguments from the liberals. Now we're hearing, from the Democrats. Now we're hearing them all from the Republicans, who I can't say anymore are not liberal. I mean, the majority of them, Lindsey Graham. Holy cow. And on this whole, spying on the Congress thing, this was the most recent hypocritical thing that I heard from him up until just a while ago when I heard what he said to John Kerry. But so Dianne Feinstein's upset because, well, the NSA has been spying on the American people, but we all know that the people at the NSA are fully vetted. They're trained. They're trustworthy. There's no way that your information is being misused. There's no way of it. Not like the TSA that are now, people are coming out admitting that, well, yeah, we laughed at people and we had code words to frisk, beautiful women and all these things. No, the NSA is nothing like every other government agency in existence. It's better than them all. And you just, you just have to trust us. I mean, we're from the government and we're here to help. But then apparently Dianne Frankensteinstein or whatever found out, she thinks that the CIA is spying on her, and so she gets all upset. That's not right. She asks them, why are you spying on me? What are you doing? Whatever it is, on her or her aides. She's mad about it. They're violating her rights and separation of powers and all this garbage. Where were you when it was the American people? Same with you, Lindsey Graham, who is a Republican who, he's about as liberal as the Republicans get. He started out the same way. The NSA, well, it's for the safety of the country. The country's safer because we're spying on you indiscriminately. But now it's Congress, and he's like, oh, separation of powers. Separation of powers. What about the separation of the government and their power on the people? There's supposed to be a separation there, and the power balance is supposed to be in favor of the people. It's by the people, for the people, not to the people. The people rule the country, and it's backwards, and we know that. It's been switching for a while. It may have been upside down for a while, but we need to do something about it. It's time to wake up. But just to show that Republicans can compromise, Lindsey Graham. John Kerry was giving a briefing today or talking or whatever about an aid package for the Ukraine, because we need to give them money, or we need to give some cash to the IMF anyway, because, they're in trouble in Russia and blah, 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 all this stuff. So just give them money. Give them money. Okay. Because we have plenty of money. I mean, we're not in debt or anything like that. We don't have things at home that could use some attention, some money put towards them. Let's just give it to the Ukraine. I mean, it worked in Egypt. We'll just give it to the Ukraine. I don't see the problem. So John Kerry's up there talking. And of course, he's a Democrat, right? And Lindsey Graham is a Republican so far anyway. He comes up after John Kerry's done, thinks the microphones are off, because these people are idiots and they don't realize that really you shouldn't ever trust a microphone. Ever. And I try to teach Brian this, but he doesn't get it. So if you ever hear something come out of him, it's probably because he thought the mic was off. But Lindsey Graham comes up, thinks the microphone's off. John Kerry just got done talking. I don't know why he would have thought the microphone was off, but it wasn't. And luckily John Kerry turned it off quickly for him. I mean, lucky for Lindsey Graham. But he's saying, hey, I'm a Republican and I'm really faithful to the Republicans, but hey, Hey
John, good job. Let me know what I can do to help you with Boehner. Hey, John, good job. Let me know what I can do to help you with Boehner.
Hey, John, good job. Let me know what I can do to help you with Boehner. And this is because there are Republicans that don't think that giving money to the IMF, just giving some defense money to the Ukraine is going to do what we want it to do, and that it's the best idea. Maybe we should talk about it a little bit and kind of analyze what the hell's going on. But no, Lindsey Graham, of course, wants to give them money because it's just money and, it doesn't matter. And so he's like, hey, John, I'll help you work around, the Republican leadership. It doesn't matter that it's my party or that the American people don't want this sort of thing. Let me work with you. I can reach across the aisle. Yeah, hey, let me know what I can do to help you with Boehner. I can sweet talk him. We're buddies. We hang out. After work. We go to the bar. It's ridiculous. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We will be right back.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom66.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom66.com. Go to freedom66.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom66.com.
Red State Talk Radio is All American Talk Radio.
Hey everyone, have you heard about the No hair removal device that's sweeping the globe? If you want to go weeks without shaving and get smooth, professional quality results, here's our favorite host Cheryl for No hair removal.
Thanks. Hey gals, I love talking about my No. It's this cute little hair removal system that you can take with you and use almost anywhere at home or on the road. No more expensive in-office treatments, painful waxing, and no more wasting your valuable time. Got unwanted facial hair? No no-no has patented thermocon technology that works on all hair and skin colors, so it's perfect for using on all body parts. And now you can take advantage of this incredible risk-free trial. Get the no-no, the facial kit, a travel case, and a $100 discount shopping card, and you don't risk a penny to try it. Try the incredible no-no hair completely risk-free. Call 1-800-953-5470. That's 800-953-5470. 800-953-5470.
The Nathan Nephew Show. Somewhat unique.
Somewhat unique?
Yes, somewhat unique.
All right, welcome back to the Nathan Nephew Show. I'm, of course, your host, Nathan Nephew. This Malaysian Air debacle, the airplane that just went missing, it seems. It was responding and then just they lost all contact with it, and we don't know where it went. And it may have flown for another 4 hours. It may have crashed right away. We don't know where it is. And we've got Malaysians, we've got the Chinese, we've got United States. Everybody's looking for it. And the weird thing about this, and we've had planes do this. Was it Air France? There was, I think it was an Air France plane that went missing. It was missing for a while, but then they found it. And hopefully that happens in this case. I mean, hopefully the plane landed somewhere and everyone's okay. They're just waiting to be discovered, and they get discovered and they're living. I'm afraid that's not, probably not what happened. It's probably not the case. Now, it may have landed somewhere on land. That's a possibility for sure. And one of the theories is that the Chinese took it. There were a lot of Chinese citizens on the flight. They may have taken it back to their country, either for technology from the airplane or something I found out today that I hadn't heard. There were 20 employees from a weaponry and communication technology company, I think based out of Texas, on the plane. 20 or 25 employees. I don't know who they were. It might have been janitorial staff. But, I mean, if we're talking conspiracy theories, which, as sad as this situation is kind of fun sometimes, perhaps, the Chinese or somebody, who knows. I mean, this plane flew far enough, it could have landed in Pakistan. But perhaps those people were of interest to some government. Perhaps, like Rush Limbaugh said today, it lost its ability to communicate, decided to turn around, flew over some hostile countries that shot it down because it wouldn't identify who it was. That's possible. We don't know. And now they don't want to admit it or whatever. It may be sitting somewhere and they may be turning it into a weapon to use against Malaysia, to use against China, to use against the United States of America. Who knows? But the weird thing is, it seems like there's a couple transponders on the airplane, and I'm not an expert. I don't know a whole lot about airplanes other than I've flown in them quite a bit. None of them that I've ever been on have went missing. So I don't know anything about this situation, but I heard that the transponders quit transmitting at different times, minutes apart, which means likely it was done manually, or there was some weird failure. But if it was like an explosion, a huge explosion, you would think they would both quit relatively at the same time. But it seems like one was shut down and then they went to the other one and shut it down. The other one, like a person, a human did this. Now, was it the pilots? I don't know. Was it a terrorist? I don't know. Who knows? It could have been a fire, I suppose, something slow moving. One of the big things about this is usually when there's a search for anything, think about anything, a missing child, whatever. The search area usually gets narrowed down as you move through it. You search an area, nope, not here. Okay, we'll cross that off the map. We'll search sector B. Nope, it's not in sector B. In this case, the search area is actually expanding. Every day they're like, well, we're adding another 500 miles. We're adding another 10,000 miles. And if that, I mean, they're going to end up searching the globe if it keeps expanding. And I don't know why it's expanding. Whether somebody knows what happened, they're covering it up, or they just have no idea at all where it is. I mean, it seems like this plane could have gone almost anywhere. Hopefully we find it. You know, I mean, it doesn't look good for the people on the plane, because if they were taken by terrorists, who knows what's happened to them. You know, I don't know. Wish the best for them and their families, but who knows? All right, one last thing. I am running out of time here. The NRA, and I probably shouldn't do this, because I am going to the NRA convention. The convention this year is in Indiana. And maybe I'm not going to say as much as I wanted to, but it's at the convention center in Indianapolis, owned by the city, I believe. So, Indiana recognizes concealed pistol licenses from possibly every state that has them. Definitely from Michigan, where I'm from. So you can carry concealed in this building. Indiana also allows openly carried firearms, so you can do that in this building. The NRA has come out and said that they will allow concealed carry in their convention, during the convention. And they will not allow open carry in their convention. Now, does that make sense to you? And really, I am curious, and please send me an email, talk@nathannephew.com. Does it make sense that the National Rifle Association, arguably the biggest gun lobby in the world, they claim to have the reputation for being extremely pro-gun. They claim that they support the Second Amendment, that gun rights, that's their thing. That's why they raise millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, is for gun rights. Doesn't carrying a firearm openly, like people like, I don't know, the founding fathers and people of that era, the people that wrote the Second Amendment would have been doing. So there's an argument to make that the Second Amendment actually is more accurately applied to open carry than to getting a permission slip to conceal a pistol. Don't you think that the NRA would support open carry and allow it in their convention? Look me up on Facebook. You can find out. I made a post about that. They claim that they don't want you to open carry there because it's not a gun show. It doesn't make any sense to me. And they don't want it to turn into a gun show because you can't sell guns. I don't carry my gun hoping somebody will make an offer on it. I carry it so it's accessible if I need it. And to go to the biggest pro-gun group, their convention, and not be allowed to carry my firearm in the manner I choose is just a little odd. Now, assuming that they have the right to restrict firearms in this public building that they're renting. Let's assume that's true. I'm not sure if it is. Let's assume it is. They have the right to do this. They're a private organization, fine. But for what they claim to stand for, it doesn't seem like something that they would want to do. That's all the time I have. Look me up on Facebook, NathanNephew.com. Check out RedStateTalkRadio.com if you're not listening there. Our new affiliate, KTFL, in Gilbert, Arizona. As well as, you probably caught it during the break there, but check out our new sponsor, Chug Dog. They have awesome t-shirts. Right now they have some Second Amendment t-shirts. They have zombie t-shirts. They have some patriotic t-shirts up there. They're all cheap. Through April, $10. You heard the coupon code, I think, during the ad, Radio 1. Use that to get 10% off. But $10 t-shirts is pretty darn cheap. Spend $50, free shipping. Otherwise, shipping's like $5 flat rate fee. So cheap enough. That is really all the time I have. See you next week.